It's like we need to share more awareness to people. We need to let them know about climate change more.
As you all know, climate change is both a local and a global issue. Whether it's increasing heat waves leading to crop failure, or food and water scarcity, or rising sea levels, land erosion, flooding faced by coastal communities, the consequences of climate change affect millions every day.
So I'm a student from Iraq, and before joining this program, I knew that there were climate problems because I've been seeing that all over the media, but I did not know how extreme it was until I joined the program and saw that it could really make huge impact. And then I saw the effects that climate change is doing to Iraq, to other countries. And so that was a big insight that I started even telling my friends about it. I said, you know what, we didn't know that. As students in Iraq, I even discussed this with Aziz from the team captain from US. So our students are not really educated about climate change or the environment. And this was really new to me and new to us, maybe more to the Iraqi students than it is to the others. So I think bringing that awareness is really important, because now whenever we go to whatever field, whether it's engineering, whether it's public policy, we're gonna think about the environment before doing our decisions. So I really appreciate this opportunity, and thank you so much for your time.
So we chose to talk about our topic and research through the means of a video because it executed all of our goals in a platform that's accessible to at least 60% of the world. With our video, we accomplished our vision of making it clear and direct to all people who aren't as educated in the subject. Ali produced our work into something that was really attention-grabbing to viewers internationally. And with our motives in mind, we easily created a product that facilitated for both Arabic and English speakers.
Renewing Life actually came from me personally. I had no idea how climate change could have an individual basis and individual impact, because I think the most common, the most stereotypical knowledge of climate change is that the sea levels are going up, or that the overall temperatures are rising, and that doesn't really rise a change in you or make you be like, oh, that's not going to really affect me, I don't really care if the oceans are rising. But finding out that that's caused by air pollution or worsened air quality is just kind of scary in a way, that there's so many causes of death that can be avoidable, if we just focus on renewing energy before we can renew our lives, which is where Renewing Life came from.
I would say it was eye-opening to learn about the effects of climate change in Iraq, such as, the depopulation of rural farming communities in favor of cities, as access to water and therefore farming becomes harder and harder. I'd say that was definitely eye-opening, especially, living in the United States where that's not necessarily a problem.
I learned that I actually enjoyed working in a group setting more than I thought I did, especially with the Iraqi students. It was really fun talking with them and working together and towards one cause. So I learned that I didn't think that I was more of an independent worker, but now that I got to talk to new people and meet people from Iraq, it was definitely more fun.
I find that I also communicate best with some of the students we're talking to, one-on-one, to really see what page they're on. To be patient, to take time with making sure all the little details are right. But I found that's the way that working through projects works best for me.
Something I learned and I loved was working like a group. It was so funny and interested in. I was very interested in working like a group, or working with my co-captains and having students. It was so fun, and I learned so many things from them.
I learned to actually expand my imagination kind of, because in all those world cafes, I did read all what the participants wrote, and it was there are some things that happen outside of Iraq that are also really important to know about. So I was I should expand actually my thinking and stuff like that. And also I learned that I'm kind of always late on meetings, so I need to work on my time.
They did all of this on their own. They had very little help from me. In fact, they did very well on their own. And I want to thank them for being able to adjust to the different technological and logistic aspects of this program, being very fluid with their time and schedule and their work ethic and being very well adjusted, because we had people coming in and coming out and we had time conflicts and everything. So they did very well and they were very professional.
Very glad to be able to provide support to great initiatives such as your program, which helps mobilize society to action and broaden the needing to address climate change around the world. During the past 6 weeks, you have worked on real-world challenges on climate change in the US and Iraq and their impacts on human health, enhancing our skills in critical thinking, analysis, and problem solving.
You're so smart and creative. I cannot wait for future to see you as leaders and make change in your communities and society. We are so proud of you, and good luck with your future and new journeys in other places. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, and gosh, I learned so much. I'm so inspired, and I think it was mentioned several times, this idea of individual accountability towards the challenge and the problem. But I think there's a flip side, individual accountability towards the solutions. And we might all be part of the problem and the challenge, but we're definitely all part of the solution. And if all of us work together, then we can make the changes we need to see in the world.